Edobor jams just for you. No script, no cue.
Hello, and welcome to the Minimum Effort Podcast.
Welcome to the Minimum Podcast.
I hate you so much, Mengkin.
I hate
so
you
much.
too. I hate
Fair
you too.
enough.
Yeah.
But we have a person here that.
Can I do the introductions? I'll do it properly this time.
Are you actually? Did you actually?
Yes.
Okay.
I
all right.
Think about it. All right.
Okay.
Today we have a very, very special guest. He is the greatest lightweight in the U.S. He is a master technician. I really hope that he does all the ankle picking, because if he doesn't, I am going to talk smack about him for the next year. His name is Edobor Konyeha.
Bum 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 bum. Woo woo woo.
It's Edobor Konyeha.
Okay. Yeah,
So
Mengkin's not
lackluster.
getting his little joke in there. Yay! So
Yay,
original.
it was so funny.
Same as the last one when we had him on here last time. Yay!
What? I didn't make that same joke. It was
Konyeha?
always a different joke. Oh yeah,
Konyeha?
it's not a joke. I mean, the Konyehas use it as their thing now.
I will say, the photos that you put out, with you and your wifey just walking around in the I'm gonna say a park, but it looked like in the middle of wilderness. I loved it. I was looking at it and I felt like I was listening to Touch My Own in the heart of an angel. Right? I was like, oh, isn't this sweet? You guys are just too sweet. You know that, right?
I know that.
So Ed, since I'm just going to assume that we are going to have new viewers, can you just introduce yourself a little bit? Who is this man that is you?
Well, here I do. You guys know me through sumo, so I'm two-time national champ. Coming up is my second time going to Worlds, representing the U.S.
All right, and so you're here. You said it was your second time. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna definitely get into that. I have a lot of questions to ask. Last time Worlds was in Poland. Poland, I think that you could vibe with the food there, right? Like you could eat that like unseasoned food.
Yeah, that
what
was kind
are
of very
you going to do
Edobor
in Poland or in
Poland?
Thailand? Are you going to have like chicken nuggets? Like I don't know, like 100 pounds of chicken nuggets? Yeah, like what is your plan for food? And like tell the people in this like what do you like to eat? You went to Japan and what did you eat? What's your favorite food?
Well, I like things that most people like. I'm able to eat like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and all that. I just don't. I prefer not to. Like at home, I'll have eggs and yogurt for breakfast, and then for lunch is chicken and rice, and then I'll have a meal between lunch and dinner. That's it's just mac and cheese, and then real dinner is beef and rice. Sometimes it's salmon and rice, but it's usually just ground beef and rice.
Well, we're talking about salmon. So can we talk about the last time I was around you and you ate sushi? Can you talk about what you decided to do with the salmon?
Oh, I decided to cook it because that's how it's meant to be eaten. So I took the knowledge that I have in my brain, which is right, and I just did my thing.
Your family was like forced to be with you. Now Caitlin is with you. What does she do about food? Like she doesn't eat the same things as you do, right?
I hear they
Sometimes it
do.
depends on what it is.
I hear they have very similar palates.
Like white rice, if I'm making white rice and I make a portion for her as well, it's never once she's done seasoning it, it's not white anymore. So
Interesting.
yeah,
So how does she
Okay.
season her rice?
we have this all-purpose seasoning. It's called Adobo.
Adobo,
So you just she'll just put it on and mix it
So she
once it's done
sprinkles a
cooking.
little bit of the Edobor on the rice. Gotcha.
Yeah,
That was a terrible pun, and Mengkin is a terrible person for laughing with me. I all right. I got a real question. The
yeah.
first time that you stepped into the sumo ring, can you talk about what you felt in your heart? How did your soul feel? I feel like you're a pretty cognitive person, and you would
hmm
remember that very first time. And we could talk about the first time you stepped into the dojo on the world stage.
Okay, so the first like ever in competition.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so North Americans 2021. I was nervous. I was very, very nervous. And then my first match, I had Joe, and I wasn't so nervous that I was like non-functioning. I was just I just didn't really have too much frame of reference because at that point I had one practice in LA where I had gone against Joe and Dan and I think I went against Kellyanne and Yolinda once. And then I had like three practices in North Carolina against Eric and Jared. Um, so I was a little nervous, but then I beat Joe, and then I was like, all right, this is enough.
Yeah.
And then I beat Trent, who I didn't know was Trent at the time,
Right.
and I beat somebody else. Then when I got to you
JJ.
and Justin, that's when I got nervous again,
Mm.
and then
Because yeah,
I just
JJ was your idol. Yeah, I remember.
I don't know
Mr.
about
JJ.
idol. I didn't
No.
want
No.
to.
Mr.
No.
I didn't
JJ.
want to
That was
sumo
not
like
yet.
him. I just knew he was good.
That's
Yeah.
after. Okay,
No.
Mr. JJ is after.
It the it it's not an idle thing. The Mr. JJ and the note thing. It's him hungry to learn, which by far is the thing that I appreciate and like love about you, that you're a forever student, and
Not
that's
he
really
probably
hard to
thinks you
find.
suck, JJ, now, so don't worry.
Okay, that's fair enough. I
I,
mean,
I don't think that.
oh, thank you.
I just know I can beat him.
Except for the last time. Bah, 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 what up, yo?
Yeah, we'll see next time. See next
We'll
time.
see next time. We'll see next
All right,
time.
any continue that. Sorry, I butted into
Yes, yeah, yeah.
you
You definitely.
nervous JJ and Justin. Yeah.
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 So, and then we've kind of talked about that. Let's go into the first time that you stepped into the dojo on the world stage, right? So we understand your mindset there for your first tournament. We're going to
Mhm.
fast forward to Poland. So let's step in the dojo there. How were you feeling?
I was pretty excited. I had Japan then Ukraine. Like I was like that's what I was there to do was go against the best guys there. So
Mm.
I was feeling I wouldn't say I was feeling nervous. I would say I was feeling excited. I mean physiologically it's kind of like the same feeling, but
Yes.
my mindset was more like I'm pumped. I'm ready for this.
Mm.
Let's get it.
So where the excitement was there, it was leaning towards happiness, right? And like on an upbeat, where the other one maybe it was a little bit more like there was a sprinkle of self-doubt, where this one there was less self-doubt. At least that's what I was feeling when I saw you walk into the dojo.
I think determination is the better word
Mm.
rather than happy. Like
Okay.
I was pretty determined and set on doing well. Whereas in the first one, I, there are two things with that first one. Is going into it, I had seen a lot of footage of you and Justin. That was already in the back of my head, so I was in my head with that. And then before I think it was the semifinal, I heard on the whoever was announcing, they said that all these three people qualify for the World Games. So now it's just about the placement. And then I was like, oh, I qualified. All right, you know,
Yeah.
like that's what I came here to do.
Yeah.
So it does matter, but it also like kind of doesn't, if that makes sense. Or at least that's where my head was at the time. Like I wouldn't
Right.
think like that now.
So for you, training wise, so we're talking about like just the training in sumo. What's the
Mhm.
hardest part? Is it the mental game and the preparation of that, or is it the physical?
Oh, it's the they're both difficult. It's mostly mental, just like training every day and training in a way that actually pushes myself because I can like I can go to the gym and I can, put two plates on the bar and then do three sets of 12 and like that. There are things for some people would be difficult, but if I were to do them, they'd be easy and I could call it training.
Mm.
So pushing myself through training that's actually challenging and then like pushing my mind to, because there's always like that voice in the back of your head that's like yelling, screaming, stop. Like if I'm
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
I benched 295 for two yesterday. And the second rep that was like it's always like the last one, grinding it out, like stuff like that, just not giving in to voice in the back of my head, screaming at me to stop because I'm doing something crazy.
So I've noticed that you're quite the little road dog. You've been getting around, right? You've
Hmm.
been training. It looks like you've been training all across America. Haven't hit California. I don't know why, but you've been all over. Um,
Hmm.
can you talk a little bit about the mindset and the thought patterns of that? I know that you probably were traveling home, and then as you were doing that, you just kind of made sure sumo was a priority, but
Hmm.
it still takes intention to do that. So, can you
Yeah,
speak to that?
it's just wanting to get as much variety of sumo as I can.
Mm,
So, like you said, like I'm already if I'm visiting my parents, like that's in North Carolina, I might as well. Like I was there for the first time I was there for like 10, 12 days. So there's really no excuse for me to take 1 to 2 days out of each week to drive over to Raijin. Um, and then the Florida trip was planned, and then Kansas was also planned. So that was, well, Florida was hanging out with Mark, but also there was the Florida team. They were there, and I was working with Mark and he's got a lot of high schoolers that he trains, like, and he's an assistant wrestling coach now.
mm,
Mm.
So he has some wrestlers that they tried out sumo and I was going up against them, and they were athletic enough to pose some, like, it wasn't challenging in terms of each individual match. It was more of like conditioning, and because it was like hundreds of matches
Hmm.
almost each day against like a cycle of football and wrestler guys.
that'll get you
And then
strong.
yeah, and then Kansas was just that was just purely for sumo.
Hmm.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's a real road dog JJ move to basically go to the middle of nowhere to go do sumo. Like that's like, oh, I'm freaking edible Konyeha, the Jono Appleseed. I'm just gonna drop little sumos everywhere and just, hey guys, what's going on? Like it's a real road dog move. I truly love that, right? And that's one of the things that I don't think people understand about the sumo community. Like we'll do that. We're very passionate. As we're talking about your passion, what how does it feel to not only represent the United States once, but being able to represent the United States for the second time, especially when this is your third attempt theoretically to
Hmm.
represent the United States, right? And you were denied the first year,
Yeah.
even though. Oh, I guess it's four. I guess it's four. The first year was like extremely complicated.
Hmm.
We can just add that in. So it's your fourth time around, and you dealt with the rejection and the denial, even
Yeah.
though you were by far, at least I can tell you, the year that you didn't compete, you should have been the best lightweight in America at that point.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's undeniable. The year before that, JJ Jones was there. He was awesome, but
Yeah.
JJ Jones wasn't there for lightweight after that. So
Yeah.
can you talk about the feeling that you have, like solidifying your place in the American sumo community?
It feels. I mean, it feels pretty good. It's just kind of taking things like the fact. I mean, people will always introduce me as not like forever in time, but they have been introducing me as like this is the number one lightweight. Even before I um, became national champion last year, and then even in between. So it's kind of like a thing that I know, deep down, and the thing that other people know. This is just kind of solidifying it and like making it like official and known to the world. So it
Heck
feels.
yeah.
I don't like the word affirming. I don't like that word, but that's kind of it.
Okay, it's all right. Can we say why? Can you explain why that word is not your favorite?
I don't know. Affirmations make me think of like crystal girls,
Okay,
and like they
gotcha.
have the they have the thing on the wall, and you're like, I'm gonna say this every morning, and that
Um,
Are you sure you don't do that, Edobor? Every morning
I
you
don't
wake up
have
and look at
anything.
yourself, written
I don't
down, but
have
you do
anything
talk.
written on the wall or written. I have a lot of stuff written down in my. I don't really journal anymore. Actually,
Interesting.
I've kind of stopped doing that. I've hit a point where I'm
Like your base is strong. Like you have the base amount of information, so now you can just expand. Is that why?
kind of. It's kind of more like I've reached a point where my life is less turbulent mentally.
Mm.
And so when I'm writing things down, because the journal was like what I did that day and then some of my thoughts and feelings. Then I got to
Like,
a point where I was just doing the same thing every day, like especially recently um, with ramping up training. So it's just kind of like I woke up at this time, I had this for breakfast, I went to work,
Mm.
and then I went to the gym or I did sumo. And then one day I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna. There's really no
bro,
need.
that's the part of getting older, right? Like
Everything becomes the
you're
same.
it's about the same. Basically, life is Groundhog's Day. Now, you can either enjoy that or you can be one of those crazy people that's just say, screw it, flip the script and go a different way. But it's I I'm just gonna put words or I might like express here that I
Hmm.
think it's because you have love, right? If you don't have love, you want to find that thing that's missing. So you're always revamping and moving and flipping the script or possibly becoming a sumo wrestler in Japan. Like there's always this turbulence, right? But then
Yeah.
when you have something that's meaningful to you, like a part of your heart and soul that you didn't know that was missing, it anchors you to a place. And then it's all about making that anchor more stable, right? And
Hmm.
trying to build it out. And all three of us are in long term relationships. Mengkin, stop the weird look. But we're all in this way of like trying to not. It's not. We're not trying to like support our women, but we want to support them emotionally, physically, maybe financially, but like overall, we're trying to give them stability. And then
Hmm.
because of that, we also get stability. It's a part of growing up. And how old are you now?
Can you guys hear me?
No,
Oh,
not at all.
Hold on. Let me switch. What about now?
Nah, you
not as
sound
loud.
yeah,
Yeah.
you sound terrible.
Oh
You
my
sound
goodness.
far.
My AirPods just died. But it was just the one.
You might need to reconnect this. Oh, we're definitely leaving this in too. I love this.
Yeah.
Say some words. Can you hear me?
How about now?
Uh,
No,
I don't. Check
we
what
can
you're
hear
connected
you.
to.
It just yeah.
Yeah, I think you're connected to your computer speaker right now.
Computer mic.
Wait, let me try.
What were we even talking about, JJ?
Love.
Oh, love. What
Oh,
specifically was it about love?
All right. Say a couple words.
couple words.
Okay.
Bam. All right, you're
Okay.
back.
All right, we're back.
We're back. We're back. All right.
Forgot what we were
I'm
talking
just
about.
Oh, how old are you? How old
Oh,
are
I'm
you?
23.
Yeah.
23. 23.
Still a
So
younging. Yeah.
very
Still a
young.
youngin'.
But I think when you're because you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't party, all you do is like try to better yourself for sumo and and try to figure out how to support all of that. You kind of grow a little faster. You kind of have an old soul,
Mhm.
right? So
Mm.
I think that's a part of it. My question that I was building to is completely lost due to momentum and such. But
Mhm.
let's go ahead and circle back to your training. What does your training look like getting ready for this Worlds?
So I'm lifting 3 times a week, and I'm
Okay.
I'm doing an actual program now because well, I started lifting when I was 15, and I kind of just like did whatever.
Right.
Which in the beginning it led to me looking like a turkey because I only did arms and legs, and I didn't do back or chest like at all because that was uncomfortable for me. I for a lot of my life, I would only do things that were kind of easy, and if it got difficult or uncomfortable, I would just kind of move on to the next thing. So I still wanted to lift, but I found out my arms and my legs were like kind of the most powerful parts of my body. And so that was like that for a few years. Then I started actually working chest, but I've never done like a real program. So now I'm doing an actual strength program. It's called the 531,
And
and
sons, yeah.
um,
Mm. Mm.
and I've actually seen a lot of strength gains. Like before I started it 2 or 3 months ago, my all-time max on bench is 315, but that was when I only did bench for a few months, and that's all I worked on. And I've only ever did it for one. Anything above maybe 265, I've only ever done for one. And now I'm at a point where I can do 270, 280 for three, and then 295 for two. And then I've never squatted anything more than 300. And now I'm squatting over 300. And I'm
Nice.
getting back into deadlifting. So 3 times
Controversial
a week.
question. Are you
Yeah,
conventional or sumo deadlift?
conventional.
For the power
Yeah.
transfer, right?
I just, I don't know. That's just how I do it. I
I
don't I
prefer
only do
sumo.
sumo. I've done sumo in the past if I have a weight on the bar that I couldn't do conventional,
Mm.
and my ego is like, well, we can't leave that weight unlifted, so we'll do sumo, and
Okay.
then
Okay.
and then it works generally. But I haven't pulled sumo at all for the past 2 months. So
Interesting.
2, 3 times a week is heavy lifting. Then I'll try to run like a mile ish
Hmm.
2 times a week, and then 3 times a week. I found a gym nearby that they kind of have wrestling. They all do jujitsu, and they have a wrestling class where the guy who teaches it, he was a wrestler in high school, but he's been doing jujitsu for the past 10 years. He's a brown belt. So I showed up with all my wrestling shoes, and they're all kind of looking at me kind of weird. Um, but I basically just show up to the open mat. Like I'm not trying to learn jujitsu. I just show up to the open mat and I just wrestle.
Right.
Hmm.
Um, which I throw a little jujitsu in there, but I'm mainly focused on like when we're standing up, I'm focused on taking them down and making sure I don't touch most
Mm.
of the time.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like, you know, every now and again I'll throw in like a traditional wrestling takedown and I'll go to the ground.
Nice. Nice. That's
Yeah.
that's really good. As we're talking about like you getting ready and all of that, who has helped you in your sumo journey the most? It could be anything from a coach, a teammate, a rival. Um,
Caitlin.
who actually, I don't want the cop out for you saying your lady. I don't want that.
Mm.
I need to
What if
know
it's
another
true?
person. It doesn't matter. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not. That's not a valid answer at the moment.
Okay.
Let me think. That's difficult because there's a lot of people that's helped. Like Eric's been a big part. Jared's been a big part. Seth has
Let's
been.
focus on this year from worlds to worlds. So let's
Okay.
worry about this meat of this sandwich.
Mm, maybe Mark.
Mark.
Mark
Yeah,
Jones.
Mark
Nice.
Mark
Jones.
Jones. Yeah.
Beautiful. I think
Miss Mark
that's a.
Jones.
I miss him too. I miss him too.
He's too
I
busy nowadays.
I
Yeah.
almost sent him a message to fill a spot. I came very close, and I was like, the logistics of it, and I'll probably hear about it from the Federation. They may not like that, even though I'm definitely like working my way into the board. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Um, so now that we're through that little sidetrack moment, can you give me? We all have that match that we absolutely love, right? And you have, at this point, I would dare say thousands of matches, right? In the multiple, maybe in
Tens of
the in
thousands.
I
Ooh.
would think under 10,000 matches. I would say
Hmm.
under. Just
8,000.
uh, Minkin, you can be quiet, please. That would be great.
Oh.
So with all of those matches, can you give me just three matches? It could be official matches, it could be practices, it could be anything along those lines. The ones that sit heavy in your heart that you'll truly never forget.
All right. So for me,
Minkin, shut up.
it's when I beat JJ that time. Yeah, that was my favorite.
Go ahead, Edible.
So for
I'm muted
me,
him.
it was when Mencken beat you that one time that I wasn't even there for. I don't even know what he's talking about. I've never seen it.
It barely happened.
But I have three,
You have
solid
three.
three.
Okay.
So one is my first match against Maxime in last year's Olympia.
Hmm.
And then the second one is my first match against Mateus, the
Hmm.
Poland team's Mateus.
Yes.
And then my third one is my first match against Kazuya.
That's a good
Okay.
one. That's a good
Those are
one. Yeah.
three great matches,
Yeah.
right? That you'll truly never forget. Um, Now, if we're thinking about the matches that we won and we never forgot, right? What are so we sumo is a losing game, right? In the scheme of it, it's about how you come back from your losses because it's so easy to lose. That's you can't let the losses eat up on you. With all of the losses that you've had on we're going to say outside of practice matches, maybe on national level or on the world stage. How, with all of those matches that have happened, do you want to accept them or would you want to go back and change them and see how your life would be different without those
Oh,
losses?
like go back in time and make it that I win.
Yeah.
I
Like
wouldn't want to.
ultimately, if you could go back in time and all you would have to do is tell yourself, hey, keep pushing, or hey, squat at this position, hey, change the hand position. It doesn't take much to change the outcome of a sumo
Yeah.
match. It's just
Mhm.
a slightly different approach.
I don't know if learn much if I did that. So I wouldn't want to. I mean, there are a lot of matches that have made me very upset, but that's part of the process. Like it's gonna it's gonna feel negative and it's gonna be negative in the moment. And then once you're done being a little baby, not that you guys are little babies, I'm a little baby, but once I'm done with that, then
Why
I
was
can.
that? What was that?
You know, we all have our fits.
Well,
This is
what
how
was
it works.
yeah.
Nobody wants to lose, and usually the inner crybaby person
Yeah.
should kind of work its way out after the bow, and then you're just like, okay, all right.
It's
Especially
chaotic.
if you have more matches, you kind of work it out in between the let me dust the sand off of my booty, right?
Yeah, I definitely don't like losing. Yeah, definitely don't like
Nobody likes
losing.
losing, but it's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, with Worlds right around the corner, what are you expecting from yourself?
I would say from myself, I'm expecting my to give it my best, to
Okay,
give it
and
my
then let's
best
flush into
performance.
that. What does that look like on the stage?
Ideally, that looks like winning the whole thing,
Mm.
but sumo is a very turbulent sport where a lot of things can happen, and I'm trying to keep that in mind going into it. Um, so it it could be that I win all my matches and then I become world champion. It could be that I lose the first match and it was close, and then that guy loses his, so then I'm out
Mm.
because of how the system works. And then it depends on like who I get first. Like, is it a good matchup? Is it a bad matchup?
Yes,
Because
like the
JJ,
you
great
know,
says, Kellyanne, brackets be bracketing.
JJ,
yeah,
you gonna pull Japan and Ukraine again? You gonna do that? You gonna do that for J?
There,
Edobor wants to beat them, but maybe later in the bracket.
first of all, it's completely random. It's the most
Mm,
random.
true. Okay.
That so you can't you don't get to decide.
I don't
I
know.
can't just go out there and be like, America, we're here to conquer. Give me your best. Like that's not it. It just we had a really tough pool somehow. I have no
I think
idea.
you pulled a bunch of Japan, didn't you, for a bunch of things?
No,
Men's
you
teams
don't.
was
Do you
Japan,
even
wasn't it?
do you even know how you don't know how this works
No.
at all?
I'm
Okay,
gonna be there this
all
time
right.
though. So
You will be there this time, and you'll understand that there's no control. You have
yeah.
zero control over the outcome of the pool.
Anyway, Edible, if you need training partners for like the day before and stuff like that, I'm down. I
okay,
know you can beat the crap out of me, but still, if you just need someone to beat the crap out of, I'm there for you.
yeah,
Um,
I might do that.
Ed, I have a question that somebody sent me to ask you.
Okay,
What do you think about your nickname online?
which one?
Okay, so this is a great question. For now, you're going to answer my question. What nicknames do you have that you've seen online?
Um, there's the shortened version of my first name, just the first
Hmm.
few letters, Edo.
Yep, yep.
There's Giant Slayer, I
Okay,
believe.
Mm.
There's Twizzler Man.
okay, yep, yep, yep. There's
There's
also the Twizzler.
yeah, the
It's a
Twizzler.
yep, yep. Keep it going.
Jonyeha's.
Johnny Huss.
Yes, yes.
That's
I
for
know that's your
Caitlin and
favorite.
Edobor.
That's your
Yeah,
favorite. Yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes, yes.
Johnny
Keep
Huss.
going.
I think that's the ones that come to
Okay.
mind.
All
Those are
right.
the ones.
So, in the jujitsu community, this is a community that I'm pretty deep into. As a jujitsu gym owner, I'm pretty deep into this world. You are known as the leapfrog.
The leapfrog.
The leapfrog.
So you say the jujitsu, is this the jujitsu people around you or just like
This
as a
is
whole?
this is as a I can't say as a whole, but of the majority that I speak to, anybody that knows sumo will be, hey, have you seen this guy, the leapfrog?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
and
interesting.
and it's always your match against Jared.
Hmm.
Yeah. So what do you think about the leapfrog? It's a weird one. I guess it's when you're in your Tachia and you're launching out. They want to say it looks like you're a leapfrog, right? Like, I I I understand what
It's
the
the
thought
muscles.
process
Like you
is.
see the muscles, and maybe it's the muscles and the
Maybe,
positioning of
maybe.
like
Yeah,
yeah.
you know,
It's
but
hard to
like,
understand how people give nicknames. It's hard.
yeah, I don't know. Leapfrog is kind of Twinkie,
Yeah,
kind of like,
right?
yeah, you know, because you got, you know, I'm thinking of names given in MMA. You got like the wolf with Chimaev. You got the eagle with
Hmm.
Habib. Like there are
You
animals
got
that are cooler than
uh
a frog.
you
Oh
got
man,
the
frogs are
girl
pretty
Rilla,
cool.
Liz Carmouche.
Girl,
The
Rilla.
girl Rilla.
I hadn't heard about that. That one's bad.
It's bad, but I don't think any lady wants to be called a gorilla. So I'm
Right.
sure her being called the girl Rilla makes her feel slightly better. So, needless to say, that the name Leapfrog you are not a fan of. But from the ones that you have heard, and we can't count Edo. Edo is not, it's barely a nickname. It's just Americans trying to say your name and not trying to have a stroke as they say it. That's every person that doesn't have a traditional Christian name. That's just how it kind of works. So we're going to throw that one away. Out of the names that you gave, which one is your favorite?
I don't know.
The Twizzler. The Twizzler. It's Twizzler.
The Twizzler's goofy.
The
That's a
Twizzler is goofy.
that's a goofy name.
It is a goofy name. It is a goofy name. Um, that I feel like the easy follow up question is, if you wanted to name yourself, what would it be? But nobody wants to hear that because you don't get to pick your own names. That's the best part about it. A nickname, you can never pick your own. Anytime you try to pick your own, it always falls apart. Everything
Yeah.
falls apart.
Yep.
With that being said, JJ, just kidding. um, so
Mine is
no,
JJ's Nightmare. Mine's JJ's Nightmare. Yeah, that's mine.
bro,
I am your nightmare. I just
no,
make your
you're
life difficult. So
this is fair. This is actually fair. This is actually fair. If you could change one rule in amateur sumo, what would it be?
One rule.
One rule.
the Tachiai?
No boundaries.
No boundaries.
No boundaries. So
You make it
open
like,
field takedowns.
yeah,
Interesting. Interesting.
yeah. I think I would
Like
be a lot
book.
better. Yeah,
Like you're doing book.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I'd be better at sumo if there was no boundary.
That's true. That is the way that I beat you. I think every time I've beat you has been a push out technically. So I think
Yep.
that if you had to think about it, is that the majority of your losses are from getting pushed out?
Um, some of them are crush outs,
Mm,
but most of them involve some sort of out.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
I do think that just speaking about your particular style, you've developed your style in a way to counteract that pretty well with your a lateral forward movement. So as you're starting to go against a heavier pusher thruster, you've gotten in the pattern of grabbing the mawashi, not just moving back slightly, but moving back slightly, rotating to the side, and then progressing forward. I think that was an answer to that, to kind of control your angle of the ring. Is that
Yeah.
is that fair to say?
Yeah.
It's very smooth. It's very smooth, very nice. I really like it. It's very pretty sumo. I think that it was on full display, especially against Kazuya. All right, Mr. Mencken, this is the part where you ask a question because
Oh, I get
been
to ask a
holding up
question.
this. I've been carrying the weight, bro.
I get to ask a question. All right, so World Championship, Thailand. Edobor, are you going to try any Thai food at all that's seasoned?
No, no. I'm not gonna get diarrhea before I have to compete.
How about after?
I don't want diarrhea at any time.
Okay, JJ, can we all just hold him down and force feed him something that's seasoned?
So I will tell you, I have seen people try to force food down his mouth when we went to the Chinese restaurant, and you're like, that's not chicken. It's like, that is chicken. It was a spicy chicken, but it was chicken. And the amount, this man mutated from young edible Konyeha into something that looked like Smeagol. I have never seen, like, he's very calm and collected most of the time. This was like the most wildest thing I've ever seen. And then after that, he then just ate a full plate of white rice just to cure himself of such atrocity that has hit his tongue. I don't ever want to see that again. I'm going to just put that out there. I never want to see that. I will never make anybody eat anything that they don't want to eat, which is going to make parenthood very difficult for me.
Well, maybe Edobor will starve then in Thailand.
I'm telling you, he's going to bring a backpack full of chicken nuggies.
They're gonna have something in the store. They're gonna have white rice and just get
That's right.
plain meat.
I forgot
And cook
that
the meat.
edible also could just survive on rice. Which is, it sounds crazy, but it's true. When he first started packing on weight, he really just increased his rice intake.
Carbs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
A lot of rice.
A lot of rice. Mr. Konyeha, this was
Thank you
an
for coming
absolute...
on our podcast. It was an absolute pleasure. We would like to have you on like once a year, if that's okay with you. JJ will do most of the talking. Thank you.
Yeah. I will do one thing that I've been doing recently. I'm going to go to a
mute
one shot,
JJ.
and I want you to just say one quote. It could be any quote. It could be a quote that you made up. So one full quote on a one shot. The floor is yours.
If you want it, you must will it. And if you will it, it will be yours.
Never effort to the max. Sumo wrestling, no tracks. JJ and Mengkin, just relax. Life unfolds with chill acts. Legend falls and strides. Sumo tales bring you lives. We just chat, no surprise. Lost in stories that thrive. No edits, no fuss. Sumo tales just